Deep within the heart of the serene suburban town high school lay a vast expanse of red brick structures intertwined with walls covered in ivy. Throughout the years, it had stood as a hub of education and companionship, where students cultivated bonds and experiences that would endure a lifetime. However, concealed beneath its facade of scholastic brilliance was a shadowy presence that few were willing to confront, a darkness that was on the brink of engulfing the school's essence entirely. The descent into this ominous realm commenced innocuously, with murmurs echoing through the corridors and tales circulating among students like a plague. Stories of peculiar happenings and inexplicable events began to circulate rapidly, igniting the curiosity of some and instilling fear in others. Whispers of elusive figures flitting amidst the lockers and accounts of eerie murmurs resonating from the very walls themselves began to permeate the school's atmosphere, casting a foreboding aura over the once vibrant halls. Fear had a tight grip on many students, including myself, a timid and introverted boy who had an insatiable fascination with all things paranormal. The allure of the supernatural stories circulating around the school had me completely captivated, and I couldn't resist the temptation to dig deeper. Armed with only my sharp intellect and an unyielding curiosity, I embarked on a quest to unravel the mysteries that plagued our high school, determined to uncover the truth behind the growing unease that had taken hold. Little did I know, some secrets were destined to remain hidden forever. On a chilly autumn evening, I found myself wandering alone through the deserted hallways of our high school, the last traces of daylight slipping away into the encroaching darkness outside. The atmosphere was thick with an impending sense of dread as I cautiously made my way through the empty corridors, the sound of my footsteps reverberating softly against the polished tiles. As I made my way past the rows of lockers, an eerie sensation crept up my spine, as if I were being observed by unseen eyes. Despite the nagging feeling, I continued onward, driven by an insatiable curiosity that drowned out the warnings from my instincts. Suddenly, a frigid gust of wind pierced through the air, causing a shiver to run down my back. I froze in place, my heart racing within my chest, as a sense of impending doom washed over me. And then, a faint whisper emerged, seemingly originating from the very walls themselves. "Hello, boy." The voice, barely audible and otherworldly, injected a surge of terror into my veins. I pivoted, scanning the darkness for any signs of movement, but the corridors remained empty, stretching out before me like an intricate labyrinth of shadows. My hand trembled as I cautiously reached into my pocket, retrieving my flashlight. Its weak beam struggled to pierce through the thick darkness, casting a feeble glow that barely illuminated my surroundings. Taking a deep breath, I steeled myself for the unknown that awaited me and bravely continued my journey into the heart of the school. With each step I took, the labyrinthine corridors seemed to stretch endlessly, engulfing me in an eerie silence broken only by the growing whispers that echoed through the air. The words they carried were distorted and incomprehensible, adding to the unsettling atmosphere. Despite the rising panic that threatened to consume me, I summoned every ounce of courage within me and pressed on, determined to unravel the mysteries that lay hidden within these walls. Out of nowhere, I stumbled upon an entrance that was concealed by an impenetrable darkness, as if it was hiding some mysterious secret. Despite the inner voice urging me to retreat and escape the impending darkness, my insatiable curiosity prevailed over my fear. With a hand trembling with anticipation, I summoned the courage to push open the door, causing its rusty hinges to protest with a groan, and what I witnessed beyond sent shivers down my spine. Standing before me was an expansive chamber, adorned with countless ancient books and enigmatic artifacts that seemed to hold unimaginable power. The walls were adorned with peculiar symbols, their true significance lost in the depths of time, while the flickering candles scattered eerie shadows that danced across the room. However, it was the sight at the heart of the room that immediately captured my attention. An eerie altar, its surface tainted with dried blood and adorned with ancient symbols of unimaginable power. And there, kneeling before it, bathed in the eerie glow of flickering candlelight, stood a figure draped in ragged robes, a figure whose eyes blazed with a sinister intensity. As I stood frozen in terror, the figure slowly turned to face me, its lips contorting into a wicked smile. "Welcome, young one," it whispered, its voice dripping with venomous malice. "We have been anticipating your arrival." Overwhelmed by fear, I let out a piercing scream and sprinted away from the chamber, my heart pounding violently within my chest as I raced through the dimly lit corridors of the school. Yet, no matter how swiftly I fled, I could sense the presence of the figure lurking behind me, its chilling laughter resonating in my ears like a haunting melody. The air grew colder with each passing moment, sending shivers down my spine as I navigated the labyrinthine halls of the ancient building. Every shadow seemed to come alive, every creak of the floorboards echoing like a sinister whisper in the darkness. I could feel the malevolent presence of the figure drawing closer, its malevolent aura suffocating me with a sense of impending doom. As I rounded a corner, I stumbled upon a hidden staircase leading down into the depths of the school's basement. Without hesitation, I descended into the murky abyss, the sound of my own frantic footsteps reverberating off the damp stone walls. The air grew thick with the stench of decay, and I could hear the figure's mocking laughter echoing from the shadows behind me. Just as I thought I had reached a dead end, a hidden passageway revealed itself, leading me deeper into the bowels of the school. With each step, the air grew heavier, the darkness pressing in on me from all sides. I could hear the figure's footsteps echoing behind me, its presence looming ever closer. As I reached the end of the passageway, I found myself face to face with the figure once more, its eyes burning with a malevolent fire. "You cannot escape your destiny," it hissed, its voice sending chills down my spine. With a surge of adrenaline, I turned and ran, the figure's haunting laughter echoing in my ears as I raced towards the faint glimmer of light at the end of the tunnel. With a burst of energy, I emerged from the school tunnel and was immediately greeted by the refreshing embrace of the night air. My lungs struggled to catch up as I collapsed onto the ground, realizing in that moment that I had stumbled upon something far more sinister and ominous than I could have ever fathomed. It was as if an incomprehensible force lurked within the depths of the high school, patiently waiting to devour anyone who dared to uncover its secrets. In the days that ensued after my spine-chilling encounter, fear and paranoia consumed me entirely. The whispers that once haunted the corridors of the high school now seemed to reverberate relentlessly within the confines of my own mind, pushing me perilously close to the edge of sanity. I became utterly convinced that I was under constant surveillance, as if an unseen presence observed my every move, concealed within the shadows just beyond my line of sight.